6,080 pounds, several owners, half-ton towable, and quite a bit of history to it. Some of it great, some of it not. We're going to give you the good, bad, ugly, and in between as we go, because that's what we do here at Haylett RV. This is a classic Wildwood bunkhouse with a little sofa slide coming back to us here at Haylett RV. It did its job exactly as it's supposed to. We sold this to some folks, I think like last year. It was going to be like their first RV. They wanted to see if they liked RVing before they spent a lot of money on one. And they did like RVing. So they're swapping out and going up to something newer, bigger, better. I love it when a plan comes together. As I mentioned, this is more of a classic design, designed for the vehicles of yesteryear with more limited tow capacities. I also mentioned some of the history's good, some of the history's not. It's the not good history that gets people, you know, rightfully a little spooked from the start, so let's talk about it. Right here, you can see there's a bit of a sag. Now, I think that this was an issue of like slow exposure, because it actually feels pretty solid up in here, but it definitely had some kind of water exposure to it, although to my knowledge everything on this is sound as a pound currently. The other area where this one had seen a seam failure at some point is back here up on the ceiling, but again it's kind of minor, like it's not even really showing up on camera, but if you push on the ceiling panels you can definitely tell they were a little bit compromised, but they're still campable. That's kind of what we're looking at here. And if those things spook you or they're disqualifiers, we totally get it. That's why we get them out of the way first here at Haylett RV. But if, for the right money, you'd still consider taking her home, let's see what else it has to offer. The cool thing here is the way that they set this up with that sofa right across from the dinette. It's got a very social seating arrangement, and you might have noticed that this is a carpetless main deck camper. I also like the opposing breeze windows, and should you choose to add some entertainment, that's where it would go. But this was made before the day and age of big giant widescreen flat screens and whatnot. Made back when you had those old, you know, big giant heavy TVs that would crush your head if they fell on you. Thankfully, well, I mean, only a couple of them ever hit my head, obviously. I mean, that explains a lot, right? Now over here you can see this is a classic 2 single bunk versus the more double bunks that are common today. Obviously some closet and dresser space, and the previous owners did include a ladder there so you don't have to heave the kids into the bed. Very similar to today's build still is this split bath design. Let me get around the corner here. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, so my camera work got real wacky for a minute there. It seems a little bit odd to some folks sometimes that the sink and the vanity is outside of the bathroom proper. But there's a very good reason for that. If someone's using the bathroom, or like toilet, or using the shower, someone else can be brushing their teeth, washing their hands, getting ready for bed. So it flows a little more smoothly with a family. You can see there's obviously the larger vent fan there in the bathroom, which is also a very welcome thing. Whether it's, you know, just for the things that happen in the bathroom, or if it is to, you know, just exhaust heat, humidity, get some air flowing through the camper. Overall, actually, it looks pretty clean. I think the folks that owned it last did a nice job taking care of it. I actually see some spots outside where they did some proactive care, maintenance, and upkeep. So they were new at RVing, but it seems like they're going to be very good at it based on what I'm seeing here. I think this is actually in physically better condition than when we had it here the last time. Huge amount of storage right there. That's probably one of the most worthwhile aspects of this RV, is that big giant closet pantry with the either dresser drawers, kitchen drawers, whatever you want below them there. Now again, lightweight, classic fifth wheel design. It is simple, straightforward, and effective up here. Now, a couple owners ago, somebody spent some time, effort, and money in here. Like, you might notice that the forward ceiling panel above the bed has been replaced. At one point, this RV had a front seam termination strip failure, but somebody went through and had some serious professional repairs done. I remember talking about that the last time this RV was here, and it looks like everything is still holding, and overall, still doing pretty good up here for a, you know, basic budget camper. And as we walk around this RV, you're going to see a ton of resealing done, which spooks people. But remember the age of this RV? You want to see that this RV has been resealed, because if it had never been resealed, you would not want to see this RV. It's just kind of that simple. Now it's only like not even 6,100 pounds empty dry weight before you throw your cargo in. Your hitch weight and everything very manageable. Again, this is one of the rare instances I use the phrase truly half-ton towable in relation to a fifth wheel. I think that fifth wheels and half tons don't generally mix. There can be exceptions, but not generally. The tires, actually, I was surprised, look pretty good here. Like, I expected to see even more corrosion on like the rims and whatnot, but good tread, you know, no weather checking or anything like that. So that's, you know, obviously a nice safety peace of mind thing that you're not going to have to worry about. Like I said, the rear corners of this thing especially, they have been just resealed to beat the band, but that makes a lot of sense. The rear corners of an RV tend to enjoy the most stress of anything. If there is typically going to be a leak, that would generally be where it occurs. And in point of fact, remember that above that bunk is where a leak had occurred in the past, but it had been arrested well over a year ago at least. So I mean, overall, it looks okay. I mean, you know, consider the age of the RV. It's not a spring chicken, but there's a lot of life left in her yet. Again, if just like the previous owners here, if you want to start your camping adventure on a budget before you go just crazy getting, you know, like you could give us a call and look at something like that newer Cougar fifth wheel right there. It's beautiful, of course. It's also vastly more expensive. So if you want to kind of dip your toes in the pond before you do the off the top rope atomic leg drop to your budget and get into RVing, give us a call on this Wildwood. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.